3 looks over 3 days with Makeup by Mario's Master Matte's Neutral palette. Now, I wanted to compare that palette to my Patrick Ta, but it was out here, and I accidentally hit the table, and it fell, and some of the colors had shattered, so I can't do any swatches or even hold it up for you. It's in the car on the way back to Sephora, but I am going to bring in some pictures. This is the Patrick Ta Major Dimensions 3, which I'm wearing today. I'm wearing colors from this row right here. And initially I had thought, if you have the Patrick Ta, you probably don't need the Makeup by Mario, even though you can kind of get a similar look, and I tried to get a similar look today to day 2. The colors are different, so you can get the same effect, but color means everything, I think. I have to say, I mean, I'm giving something away here. While these are easier to work with than the Makeup by Mario's, I feel like it's not as flattering on me as the Makeup by Mario. If that's all you need to know, you don't have to watch the video. But I did take some time putting this together. I shot it over 3 days while I was doing the Makeup Forever, what is it called? HD Hydra Skin Foundation, which I'm wearing today in a color that I think works for me. I'm going to put that color right here, and I'll put a link down below. I'm going to get it at this sale for sure. Anyway, so I had tried it also 3 or 4 days other than that, and I kept on coming away feeling very confident, very, this is doing something for me. Where this color, I don't know if it's really doing anything for me. It's the oddest thing. It's all about our preferences, right? Let's get into it. On the first day, I wanted to do a bit of a contoured eye, so I went in with the Rephr 33 with the second lightest shade in the palette, the second in from the first row, and did a little bit of carving. So I powdered my lids and went on with the second lightest color all over. So I'm going in with this color right here. It's not too deep. Let's just see. So by contour eye, I mean I want to create a socket. I do have a socket. I can feel my socket right here. But you can't actually see it when my eyes are open because of my hood. But I took it high enough. Do you see the difference from this eye to this eye? It looks like I have a little bit of a socket. If I haven't told you this, or if you're new, on this eye I have a protrusion. It's, I believe, my tear duct protruding over here. So I will put makeup on it, but oftentimes it looks like there's nothing on it. It's just kind of reflecting the light in a weird way. Although sometimes shadow really doesn't get on there. So my eyes are not even, but I don't think that makes me unusual. I think a lot of us, as we get older, our dissymmetry begins to avail itself to us. This color is really, really good for me. I feel like I don't even need to blend that much right here. A teeny bit. But I think this palette is so much more workable for so many skin tones than the first one, which was very, very warm. This could be it for me, you guys. If I just want to go out and not really look like I'm made up, aside from the fact that I'm wearing a sunscreen that went a little bit deep on me, this would kind of do it. But you can still get that natural look doing a little bit more. For instance, if you want to highlight your brow, now that's not something I really want to do because that is my hood. In fact, I'm going to go back a little bit more of this color and kind of shape using a mirror that's a couple of feet away. You can really see your shape better from far away, I think. So it just really matters what the eyes look like when they're open. When they're closed, they may look very crazy. But when they're open, they're doing the job. But let's say I wanted to, for instance, even things up, because I think my brow is lower on this side or something, and I'm going to go back in with this color, which is very nearly nothing on me, and just put it under the brow. Well, I think I'm I should be using something a little smaller. This is a mini brush, which was a special limited edition. It's the O2 from Refer, and it's really made for metallics and things like that. But I'm going to use it with the powder and bring it right here. And as I said, it may not be light enough. I think I'm going to go in with the lightest color, the first color in the palette. You can see that showing up now. And I should be blending it with a brush, but just there. This really helps to open up the eyes and make them a little bit bigger if you put this right under the brow. I think this will be my first look. Let me stop the camera and finish the rest of my makeup, do my brows, do mascara, and do liner, and we'll be right back. Voila. So I did very, very little. Did the brows, did the Hourglass liner, I did the Charlotte Tilbury Legendary lashes, I think. No, push-up lashes. And I did a Chanel lip, which sadly no longer available. I used in the last video that I did. And the Chanel blush, no longer available, called Ombre. But this is a very easy, simple look that I don't think looks too makeup-y at all. But I feel that I've given my eyes some great shape so you don't notice the hood so much, and maybe even made the eyes look a little bit larger, and you know, just a little something here and here. And I think it's really a lovely, lovely makeup look for those of us who really just want to push the hood, but we don't really want to look like we're wearing a lot of makeup. It's clear I'm wearing makeup, but it's not over the top. Day one. I love this look. Every time I check the mirror, or glanced at the mirror, or past a mirror, I looked at my eyes and I thought, I love the way this is subtle and polished looking. It was flattering. It's absolutely an everyday look. And the color isn't deadening on me. So sometimes those neutral colors can do nothing for me. Especially, I want to call out Viseart. They have cool palettes they make me look like Death Warmed Over. The cool in this palette doesn't. I just adored this look. On the second day, I primed my eyes with the Dermatology Luminous Corrector SPF. Now, this I actually used on the first day as well, I think, but I didn't mention it. And then I powdered it down with the Kosas powder, Cloud Set. I started with the second shade in from the second row, and I decided on this day I wanted to do a darker outer V, which is a very common kind of eye look, and go a little bit warmer, not quite as cool as the first day. I played with this yesterday. I couldn't shoot because of the weather. It was too cloudy. It was clouds in and out. Clouds I can adjust to. And today my neighbor's doing something. So this is supposed to be MOS, no sound, because of my neighbor. But I just wanted to give you that little tip and also tell you that I'm having a much easier time of it today prepping my lids correctly. Now, I have a base established, and I went in with my Kitco brush and this second shade on the bottom row, which is a neutral to maybe slightly warm, medium dark brown. And here I'm almost stamping the shadow in the area I want it. With this brush, this method helps me to be really specific about placement. I blend with a Refer, I think B08 brush. The brush has a flat ferrule and it's fluffy at the same time. So that lets me be very specific about how I want that blend to go. It won't blow out too much and I can stay in a small area. And then I'm just going to turn this way and do a blend on the edge. I think I need to stop and put on concealer. All right, now it looks nicer. So this is another look that you can do, and you're not going to get, well, big extravagant looks, I suppose. I could. I think maybe I'll do one more tomorrow. But this is just two shadows, and it's a great everyday kind of look, and I think that is appropriate for most of us most of the time. And blend it out beautifully, super, super quick, and I think it's absolutely effective for everyday wear. So it's not sexy, but there is variety. This is a little bit warmer than the first look that I did. Now, I'm going to add on to this a little bit and put some dark on my lid, because initially I have nothing on my lid. I'll show you first, if I go in with a color like this, which is a little bit lighter than my skin, some people will benefit from something like this depending on the shape of your eyes. And you can put it right here and the inner third. So the tear duct helps to open everything up and make you look more awake. If you have close-set eyes, it will make them appear to be less closed. So that kind of opens up. It's really subtle, but it's the little things that make a big difference, I think. I really like this for every day. Okay, look 2. Now on this day, I was also doing a 3-day wear test of the Makeup Forever Hydra Skin blah blah blah, which I'm wearing today in a different color. You can see this color suits me so much better if you've seen that video. But you can see in this video that the color's a little too warm for me because I did both videos on each day. I decided to go back into the palette and add a little bit more. Then we did the mascara and the liner and the whole bit, and this is the final look. And I really liked this look. In fact, I liked it so much that I did it again, and I think I did a better job of it with the, I think it was the Beautylish gift card event video, and I'll pop that picture in here. Really, really liked the look. I thought the colors worked very, very nicely for me. And so far, this palette is proving to be kind of versatile while not having shimmers and tons of different colors. It's not green and blue and peach and orange. It's a neutral palette that you can get a lot out of color-wise. On the 3rd day, I decided I wanted to try an evening look. A palette's not that versatile if it's only for day, and I wanted to do that gray color. Now things start to get a little bit tricky. Let's get into it. Alright, I powdered my lids. The one thing that I've noticed with this is if you have crepey lids, if you have excess skin, you're going to get some skipping unless you make sure your lids are absolutely dry. So no moisturizer, or certainly you put on moisturizer, but you have to do some powder, and I did it with my Kosas powder. So far I did a warm-ish daily look, a cool-ish daily look, which I really, really loved. And today I'm going to go a little bit darker. How darker shadows work is kind of the test of everything, but not everybody uses darker. So I'm going to go in with this gray color, and I think we're going to try to do a little bit of an evening look. I don't know. I have not pre-shot. I haven't pre-thought this. I haven't already done it. So I'm just feeling where my orbital bone is and packing up in the Refer B03. And I think I want to go a little bit higher. Again, all about shape when you're hooded. And I'm really just pressing this on. See, it's got a, I'm sloping right now. Relax the eye will help. We'll get there. It will look like a mess first. So you can see this gray color can really be quite dark. I'm going to try it with something that is squirrel. So we're going in with this No Longer Being Made brush from Wayne Goss because it picks up less. And I just want to see how sheer I can get this gray by the lash line. I'm just curious. Well, it's already there because I'm so hooded. It's transferred. And I'm going to take this Goat Jumbo Blender from Sonia G, and I am just going to be here for a while. That is quite the look. I want to show you something. You don't see me use this brush very often because I generally, professional makeup artists, when they are working, they lay out their brushes. They don't keep them in glasses. And so I have several brushes just laid out here all the time. When I say several, I mean kind of a lot, and there's not enough room to keep this one out, but this is a Refer 35 that's actually made for contour, But I find that if I've overdone it and gone too high, or I just need a blend up here, going in with this brush is kind of magic. So I'm just going to go up and see if I can bring this down a little bit. It's like an eraser, but it doesn't entirely erase. Love this brush. And then I'm going to try to diffuse this area where I have, you know, these skin darkness that I haven't seen in a while. And I also have these little wrinkles, so there's a lot of skipping right here. And I wish I had that mirror still. I'm just going to pull it to make sure the color gets in there. And then we'll do a little bit more concealer to fix everything. Let's experiment a little bit. No guarantees, but let's just do this. Let's just kind of go over here. Well, these two shades together make a really interesting, they almost look black now. I do feel that you really, really need to blend a lot with this formula, and I can't explain why it is exactly, because, for instance, Dior's, I really don't feel like I have to blend. They blend themselves, but this is a much drier formula, so you really have to kind of get in there and blend to your heart's delight if you are like me and you have excess skin and crepey skin. Not all of us do, and you are lucky if you don't. I'm kind of actually digging this smoky eye look, honestly. It's like that smoky, sloppy bedroom look. I just want to go right here, because when the eyes are down, this pulls everything down right here. Okay. I am going to finish the rest of my makeup, including my brows and my mascara, and we'll come back with the final look. Okay. I will list all the makeup that I am wearing below for each look. Hopefully I talked about the makeup I was wearing for each look. But this one, I know what I'm wearing, so I will definitely put that down below. But this is like a fantastic, really easy smoky eye. Did have to blend a bit. And a pretty new lip I got from Charlotte Tilbury, which will be listed below. Blush that you've already seen. Foundation I'm doing a review on. And I really like this look as well. So I've got 3 super good matte looks out of this palette so far. So as much as I loved that last look, it was an effort. Like I said, simple, just 2 colors, a lot of work, and very, very dramatic. The darker shades I personally found to be difficult. Now, if your eyes are taut, if you're in your 20s, if you do not have crepiness, if you are not hooded, you could have a very different experience with that color. I would say it's the gray that really kind of, whoa, this is very difficult. My final thoughts are these colors work for me. I think they're actually more flattering. I like that Patrick Ta palette a good deal, and I would recommend it to people. I think the powders are easier to work with by a lot, the Patrick Ta. There's something about the Marios, and I noticed this with the first palette as well. It was powdery, so is the Ta. So is Viseart, and Visearts are much easier to work with. They're fantastic for crepey skin. I just don't have that skipping and weirdness, and I have to blend for a year with the Viseart. So I don't think it's about it's being dry. It's not my favorite formula, but does that matter when I have one that I think works better? It's easier and faster, but I don't think it's as flattering when I compare it side to side. So for me personally, I'm going to return it because it did break, my fault. Will I buy it again? I'm not 100% sure. I can say I think I wore it 5-6 times, and every single time I love my look, where today I'm thinking it's okay, but it's not enhancing me or my coloring like that one did. Now that is very specific to my skin tone and maybe even to my preferences, but you know, I'm here to review from my point of view. another thing really worth mentioning is the Patrick Ta is $70, and that's a lot of money. I'll pay $70. Where is she? I'll pay $70 for Denona, but Patrick Ta, I mean, I don't know. $70, a lot of money, but useful. But the Makeup by Mario is $50. And for a lot of people, that might be, you know what, I'll just go with the $50. For some other people, I'd rather not spend that much time doing my eyes. I want it to be quick. Or these colors might work better for you. I have met many neutral palettes, and I've heard people say, I have 100 neutral palettes, I don't need it anymore. There's plenty of them. I can't tell you how many times I tried, this Color Pop palette, and I put it on and it doesn't do anything for me. That's what it's really about. So if you're a color twin, a shade twin for me, maybe same skin tone, things that look good on me color-wise look good on you color-wise, I highly recommend you pick this up and see if it also just has a flattering colorway for your skin tone, your hair, your eye, the whole bit. If you're not, and you're just looking for something you don't need a lot of skill for, the Patrick Ta. And that is going to end this review. I'm sorry I couldn't be, a firm yes, a firm no, because the color really meant a lot for me personally. And that's it, you guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I hope this was helpful, and I hope you come back again. Until we meet again, be safe, be smart, and I'm wishing you good health.